Hello, everybody. Welcome inside to episode 3 of Sam's podcast. This morning, we'll be talking about some MLB free agency news and rumors going around the MLB. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get on with it. So, we start with some free agency news. So, earlier this morning, about 10-15 minutes ago, the Tigers agreed to a deal with infielder Gleyber Torres. It says former Yankees infielder Gleyber Torres has agreed to a deal with the Tigers. A source told MLB.com's Mark Feinsand. The club is not confirmed yet. ESPN's Jesse Rogers reported it's a one-year contract for $15 million. Torres 2024 was a tale of two very different baseball seasons. He had a rough start at the plate, and his defense and base running suffered as his offensive woes persisted. But after a pair of benchings, the tide seemed to turn up for Torres. From August 3rd on, serving mainly as a leadoff man ahead of the Yankees' big boppers, Torres hit .302 down the stretch and became a driving force behind the club's AL pennant run and subsequent trip to the World Series to play the Dodgers. Of the Yankees' 14 postseason games, Torres reached safely in each of the first 13 games. And if we look here, so let's look at Gleyber Torres. Alright, so this past season, 2024 regular season, he finished the regular season with 587 at-bats, 80 runs scored, 151 hits, 15 home runs, 63 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, a .257 batting average, a .330 on-base percentage, and a .708 OPS. His career regular season, 3,281 at-bats, 460 runs scored, 870 hits, 138 home runs, 441 RBIs, 53 stolen bases, .265 batting average, .334 on-base percentage, and a .775 OPS. He made his debut back on April 22nd of 2018. Made his debut with the New York Yankees. That's the only team he's been on in his entire career so far is the New York Yankees. But 2025 will be the first team he is on that is not the Yankees, the Detroit Tigers. He will be playing for the Detroit Tigers in 2025. So let's close that tab. And one thing I will say here is, do I think this is a good move for the Tigers? I do. I think the Tigers needed help as far as they have a lot of young guys. And not that that's a problem. I think that's a good idea to have a lot of young guys. Because not only you're going to have them there for a while, but they just have good potential. But no, I feel like bringing in a veteran. How old is Torres? Torres is. It's not showing me his age. He's 1996. He was born. I think Torres is like in his 20s or 30s. I think Torres is in his like late 20s, almost early 30s. So yeah, I think, in my opinion, adding a veteran guy like Gleyber Torres, in my opinion, I see him as a veteran. You guys can judge me on that. But in my opinion, I think this is a good move for the Tigers to go out and add Gleyber Torres, a veteran, and who knows how to play the position of second base. I feel like you got your second base position covered now with this deal. Now, would it be smart to go out and make some more moves if you were the Tigers GM and owner? Yes, you should probably go out there and make some more moves to probably get this pitching staff up to normal. To probably get this pitching staff upgraded. Maybe get some of the other positions in like the outfield and infield upgraded. Because you already got second base upgrade. Now you just need to upgrade basically everywhere else in the field, and you're basically good. For those who don't know, the Tigers were obviously in the playoffs this past season, and they won the wild card series against the Astros. They won the AL wild card series against the Astros. They lost the American League Division Series to the Yankees, just barely. I think it was in like 5 or 6 games or something. Or no, it was Game 5. They made it all the way to a Game 5, and then the Tigers, I think, just lost it from there. But no, I feel like if you adding a guy like Torres now, and if you add some other good pieces to your squad, I feel like you'll have somewhat of a better chance competing against these other really good baseball teams. Moving on, so there was one thing that I did. There were a few things that I saw yesterday after my podcast that I did last night that I wanted to go over this morning. Now, whether I'm able to find all the stuff that I saw, that's a different story. But like right here, sizable gap in talks between Alonso and Mets for potential re-sign. Now, again, do I think the Mets are going to be able to? Do I think the Mets are going to be successful to re-sign Alonso? Maybe, but it's going to be hard just because they paid $765 million in the deal to get Juan Soto for 15 years. They locked up his entire career, basically, because he's on. Let's open up a new tab. MLB. MLB. Juan Soto. Here we go. Juan Soto is Juan Soto's in like his 20s. I think he's like 26, 27 or something. Actually, hold on. I can look this up. So let's go. Mets. Let's go Mets. Let's go roster. Let's go roster. Let's go 40-man roster. Let's go Juan Soto. Juan Soto. Here we go. So Juan Soto is 26 years old. He'll be, let's see, he was born on May 15th, 2018. So he'll be 27 in May of 2025. So yeah, they paid him 15 years. His deal, the Mets' deal to Soto was 15 years, $765 million. They locked him up for his career because he's 26 right now. He'll be 40 when that contract expires. So they basically locked him up. Yeah, they basically did lock him up for the rest of his entire career. Anyway, so let's get back to the sizable gap in talks between Alonso and Mets. Look, I think the Mets have a good shot at re-signing Alonso. They're not the GM, their owner, Steve Cohen. He has a lot of money, and he clearly doesn't care if he spends it or not. He clearly doesn't care if he spends it. So I'm gonna just look at the Juan Soto deal. So, do I think it's a possibility the Mets can still re-sign Alonso after signing Juan Soto? Yes, maybe. Do I think it's going to happen? No, just simply because I feel like Soto, when you're paying $765 million on just one player, that takes away your money and your budget for everyone else. So, for you to purchase anyone else. So, do I believe the Mets and Alonso can get it done? Yes. Do I think so? Do I think it's going to happen? No, just because of the type of money that they spent on Juan Soto for 15 years. So, yeah. So, I also believe the Juan Soto deal comes with a no trade clause also, which makes sense. But I found this Astros article that I thought would be pretty interesting to talk about here on the podcast. So the title of the article is "Everything to Know About 2025 Astros Tickets." I figured it's Astros news, so it's an Astros article, so let's break it down. So it says Houston, season tickets, group tickets, and premium tickets for the 2025 Astros season are now on sale. With the club playing at renamed Dakin Park, Dakin Park is now the new name for the Astros Stadium, not Minute Maid Park anymore. That contract expired apparently, and now they made a new contract with Dakin. So Dakin, or Daikin, how you say it, is the new name for the ballpark next season. To purchase tickets, there's a thing where you can click here to go to a website. But tickets to individual games will go on sale early next year. So early in 2025, that's when tickets for individual games will go on sale. You can get Astros tickets for the 2025 season right here. If you click here, it'll take you to a website again. The Astros will begin the 2025 regular season on March 27th with an opening day matchup with the Mets. Yeah, that's right. the Mets. With the Mets marking the second year in a row, star outfielder Juan Soto will make his debut for a New York team in Houston. This will be the first time the Astros have started the season against an interleague opponent. We have never. That's the first time I've heard that before. I didn't even know we've never ever faced an interleague opponent. And again, I guess that makes sense because you don't expect to right off the bat play a National League team. We're American League, Mets are National League, so yeah, that is kind of interesting. But anyways, Juan Soto, he played against us with the New York Yankees in his debut with the Yankees back in March, and now he'll debut with the Mets playing us again on March 27th. It says the 2025 season is the third year with the scheduled format of playing every major league club in a single season. The Astros will host 21 different teams at Dakin Park in 2025, which includes 7 National League clubs and 14 other American League clubs. In November, the Astros announced a 15-year agreement with Dakin Comfort Technologies North America on a 15-year naming rights deal, replacing Minute Maid Park. The agreement, which begins January 1st and runs through the 2039 season, includes official naming rights and other partnership benefits. So that's pretty interesting. Here's a video right here posted on November 18th of this year. 2024 Astros announced ballpark naming rights partnership. It says the Astros will host holiday matchups next season on Easter Sunday, April 20th versus the Padres, and Mother's Day, May 11th versus the Reds. Also, Father's Day, June 15th versus the Twins, and Labor Day, September 1st versus the Angels. For information on availability of 2025 Astros tickets, please visit Astros.com or email ticketsales@astros.com. Fans can get the 2025 schedule directly from astros.com/schedule and visit astros.com for ongoing updates. The Astros spring training schedule begins February 22nd in Florida. They will play 2 split squad games to open at Grapefruit Play, hosting the Nationals at Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches, while also playing the Mets in Port St. Lucie. The Astros are scheduled to play 15 spring training home games. MLB spring breakout games will return in 2025, showcasing baseball's future stars as clubs assemble their top prospects to play in exhibition games against one another. The Astros will play the Nationals in their 2025 spring breakout games on March 14th at Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches. For additional spring training information, call Cacti Park of the Palm Beaches at 561-500-HITS-4487 or visit cactipark.com. Okay, anyways. If we, I'm gonna go ahead and like that story, but, if we go back, I want to look at, okay, so let's go ahead and look at some news that have been floating around and stuff. So here we go, so news. Obviously you got the Tigers 1-year deal with Gleyber Torres. We already talked about the sizable gap in talks between Alonso and the Mets. Uh, okay. Uh, Alright, let's talk about this. How will the Yankees continue to bolster their lineup after they acquired um, Cody Bellinger from the Cubs? How do they keep on bolstering this lineup? Well, let's just go ahead and read the article here. So it says, it wasn't long after Aaron Boone concluded his introductory call with Cody Bellinger, during which the veteran expressed willingness to play whatever position might be asked of him this coming season, that the manager saw on an online report suggesting that Bellinger had already been promised center field. No, that's fake news, but he might, Boone said a day later when the club formally introduced Max Fried with a Yankee Stadium press conference. We've got to see where the off-season goes. That's one of the beauties of bringing in Cody, that he gives you that flexibility of depending on what moves we do or don't make moving forward. You plug him in where you need to. So, I feel like one of the main things that the Yankees can do to keep bolstering this lineup up is to go out there and probably acquire someone like go out there and make a trade, probably acquire maybe like a good like second baseman or something, because you're gonna need it now. You lost Gleyber Torres. In fact, actually, if we go back, let's go back. If we go back and we take a look at this Yankees, if we go ahead and take a look at this Yankees depth chart, we got so second base. Yeah, you only got Oswaldo Cabrera and Jazz Chisholm Jr. I feel like that's good. I'm not saying Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Oswaldo Cabrera are bad players. No, I think they can be excellent players, or at least solid players. But here's the thing. Here's the worrisome when it comes to, if you're a Yankees fan, here's the worrisome. Is Jazz Chisholm. He didn't do much in the World Series. Let's be honest. He didn't do much in that World Series against the Dodgers. He couldn't hit the Dodgers pitching for a little bit. He only hit, I think, one home run in that entire series. He only got one home run in that entire series against the Dodgers. So, and Oswaldo Cabrera, as good as he can be, I don't think that you are ready to. I don't think you are ready to rely on a rookie, basically. Oswaldo Cabrera, let's see. Oswaldo Cabrera is 25. Yeah, he's 25. Oswaldo Cabrera, 25 years old. How old is Jazz Chisholm? Jazz Chisholm is 26. So they're both really young, which is good. You want young players on your team. I can agree with that. However, one thing that does scare me is Oswaldo Cabrera is not. I feel like Oswaldo Cabrera can make some mistakes in the field. I feel like that's where you need to go out there and pick up at least one more good. At least pick up one more good infielder that can play the second base position. That knows how to play the second base position really well. So yeah, just go out there, make a trade. I'm trying to think of some second basemen right now. Maybe like Jonathan India. Well, actually, no. Well, no, I think he's already traded. But go out there and acquire like just a solid second baseman that knows how to play the position pretty well, and see what you get out of it, because you'll never know what you can get out of that. You might get some good, you might get some bad. I have no idea. I have no clue. You might get some bad, you might get some good. I have no clue. But if we take a look at the second base position for the Baltimore Orioles, so infielders, we got Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holliday, Jorge Mateo, Kobe Mayo, Ryan Mountcastle, Ryan O'Hearn, Emmanuel Rivera, Levon Soto, Ramon Urias, and Jordan Westburg. Now, here's the thing. You could go out there and make a trade for a guy like Jordan Westbrook. You could. The Yankees could very well go out there and make a trade. Go out there and make a trade for a Jordan Westbrook, a Ryan O'Hearn, maybe. I doubt Ryan Mountcastle, because I think he's just a first baseman. I don't think he plays second base. But you can go out there and acquire like Jorge Mateo. I'm also mainly saying this because he's 29, so he's 4 years older than Oswaldo Cabrera, and he's 3 years older. He's older than Oswaldo Cabrera and Jazz Chisholm Jr. He's 29, but he is his primary position is second base. Jorge Mateo is a second baseman. That is his primary position, and he's fast. He's a fast base runner as well on the base paths. So I feel like if you can go out here and acquire someone like a Jorge Mateo or someone, really you can acquire any good second baseman from any of these AL East teams, from any of your AL East rivals. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, the Yankees can do what they can do, but in the end, that's what I would do. I would go out there and try to acquire a second baseman that not only is good at the second base position, but is also good with the bat as well. You have to have a good second baseman that has a good bat as well. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this for episode 3 of Sam's podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'll be live again later today. Probably this evening. Probably around like 4. Well, I don't know, I'll have to check. Probably around like 5 or 6, actually. I'll be live around then, tonight, after I eat lunch and do all that stuff. I'll be live again later today, around 6 or 7. Or no, sorry, 5 or 6. But anyways, guys, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.